Sure. I'll use the pantry.
I'm planning to build a new cosplay, which usually means that I'm feeling suddenly inspired by something and I can't get it out of my head. I don't just like something, I love it. I know I must have heard of Fallout before. I mean, the first game came out in 1997, but I was really introduced to Fallout with the Fallout Universes Beyond Magic the Gathering set that came out this year. I love the 4 precons, the design, and the cards. This set really inspired me to dive in and learn more about the story and the lore of Fallout. I got Fallout 4 and started playing the game. And now with the Fallout TV show, I've spent lots of time thinking about Fallout. I love that there are so many ways for fans to engage with the universe of Fallout. I love video games, but I didn't spend a ton of time playing games growing up. Except for Pokemon. I spent a ton of time playing Pokemon growing up. Anyways, before I derail this video, with a Magic the Gathering set and a TV show alongside the games, now feels like the perfect time to get invested in Fallout. In the Fallout universe, the world is set in a post-apocalyptic landscape, shaped by a nuclear war between global superpowers. I'm not surprised that I've tumbled headfirst into a Fallout obsession. I love the vintage aesthetic. I'm actually a part of a vintage dance group and have made a sci-fi pinup cosplay calendar. And the retro-futurism scene in Fallout is exactly my cup of tea. Blending the nostalgic imagery of the 1950s America with futuristic technology in a post-apocalyptic setting. I love how the buildings, vehicles, and technology reflect a stylized version of the 1950s design, but I'm particularly drawn to the fashion and culture in the game. The characters in Fallout often sport attire reminiscent of the 1950s fashion trends, such as fedoras, trench coats, and pencil skirts. This retro styling extends to the cultural elements like music, advertising, and entertainment as well. The advertising and propaganda posters in the game feel immersive and definitely nod back to pinup advertisements of the past. I specifically love the Nuka Cola pinup girl seen in Fallout, and I realized I need to make this cosplay and do my own Nuka Cola pinup girl photo shoot. Like many of my projects, this is incredibly last minute. I'm super busy this month, and most of my weekends are already packed with convention plans. I plan to manically build this, photograph it, and attempt to actually take progress videos as I build this cosplay to share with you all. This project is utilizing all 3 of my 3D printers, and even if everything goes perfectly and the fabric I ordered does come in tonight like it's supposed to, this will be incredibly tight. It took like 4 tries to get this print working, and in the end, we had to glue the entire base so that it would stick. Right now, most of the gun is printing on the filament printer. This will take 14 hours. The rest of the accessories for the gun are printing on a smaller resin printer, and most of the jetpack is printing on my larger resin printer. I'm guessing this will all take about 30 hours total. Then I'll need to sand, finish, paint, and seal all of the 3D printed pieces, and I will also need to pattern and sew the leggings, top, and gloves. Easy, right? No, the sewing's the hardest part. I'm confident that my serger can smell fear, so I'm planning on pretending that I'm much more confident in my sewing abilities than I am. I patterned out the costume myself, so in theory, it should be made to my exact measurements. But I did pattern it with the assumption that I had purchased a 4-way stretch fabric like the online listing claimed. The fabric looks perfect, but it isn't nearly as stretchy as I was anticipating. So let's hope that doesn't mess everything up.
I love it. This looks so good.
Sometimes I get nervous when I'm making a cosplay. The people will expect me to know absolutely everything about the show or piece of media I'm cosplaying from. I'm haunted by the number of times I've had people question my knowledge on media I'm interested in. I literally got a comment this week on a YouTube video where I'm talking about attending a Star Trek fan premiere, saying, "I bet you can't name the bridge crew without Googling." It's crazy. 1, I can. 2, it shouldn't matter if I can or not. In general, I think that Fandom Spaces have become so much more friendly and open to embracing new fans, and it makes me really happy. I truly don't believe there is such a thing as a fake fan, because there's no requirements for you to be a fan of something, other than enjoying that thing. As I'm making this cosplay, I feel like I'm getting even more into Fallout. And it makes me really excited and really happy. There are some fandoms where I probably know too much. Ask me about how many Star Trek trivia contests I've won. And it's really fun to dive into a new piece of media, and I get to explore and learn about it. It's fun getting into new things.
It's super late, but I'm hoping to shoot this tomorrow morning, so we're gonna power through. Look how cute these buttons are. I'm going to go try to sew them to the costume. Okay, a bit of behind the scenes of the shoot. This is Kat. We are shooting our Nuka Cola girl looks, and they came together. I may have finished sewing this top yesterday, like last night, but it came together.
You were still sewing when I got here.
To be fair, I had
Accessories.
forgotten to do the gloves until this morning. I was like, oh no. So they came together. I went with fingerless so I could still text and talk to you guys.
Modern problems.
Modern
Modern
solutions.
solutions.
Modern solutions. Yeah, see, exactly. Woohoo! Get ready to shoot.
I'm super happy with how everything has come out so far. I'm so tired. I finished sewing the shirt last night and I literally sewed the gloves this morning. But I think everything pretty much came together, although we had a bit of a delay. Actually, with this collar here, this is the base of the helmet. And after I spray painted it black, I noticed that it was leaking resin, which is not what you want a prop to be doing. And so this caused a little bit of a delay. And so the jetpack and the gun are still drying in the garage. And I'm not even quite done painting them. So my plan right now is to take photos with Kat in what I'm in, which went really well. And then I will do a second shoot where I put the entire look on, and that'll be great. Just more photos. While I'm unveiling all of my mistakes, I also made a little bit of a mistake making this shirt. So I patterned everything myself to my exact measurements. And so you'd think, oh yeah, it should fit you perfectly. That's what I thought too. I put the shirt together, I tried it on, and it didn't fit at all. It was way too big. And I couldn't figure out why it was too big. So I ended up pinching the back just to be like, how far off is this? And I realized it was exactly 4 inches off. That's when I realized that these red strips here, they're 2 inches wide. And I forgot to account for adding the two 2-inch strips. And that's why it was 4 inches too big. Thankfully, I was able to take it in and it all worked out and it fits now. So, no harm, no foul. Took off your heels.
Hi, I'm Kat. You can follow me everywhere at Auburn Alchemist.
Do it. We did the shoot.
We did it.
It turned out great.
It looks amazing. I'm so excited.
He looked awesome.
And shoot number 2 is done, this time including the backpack and blaster. I had so much fun with these, and I attempted to recreate 2 of the pinup images. And so we'll see how close I got. It was definitely a core workout, yay Pilates, and so hopefully they turn out great. And I'm so excited to show you. And we did it. I made a top, leggings, blaster, backpack, helmet. It came together. And I even attached them, which is something I don't always do well. I'm obsessed with the hoses and just everything about this. And I'm just really happy with how it turned out. Thank you so much for coming along on this adventure with me. I can't wait to debut this at a convention. I'll be a guest at 2 different conventions this month. You can find me at Phoenix Fan Fusion and DreamHack Dallas. So if you're there, come say hi. You might even see this cosplay. Space. Girl, I saw a lunar eclipse.